I want to move on now to the self-identification of Jesus. And one of Jesus' favourite identities for himself, or one of his favourite titles for himself, was the Son of Man.
Right.
Now, a lot of people take that to mean that he was just claiming to be human, but I think there's more depth to it than that. Can you explain what the term Son of Man means for our audience today?
Yes, that's a really good question. Son of Man, a definition of Son of Man can come in more than one form. In the book of Psalms, what is the Son of Man that you pay any attention to him? Son of Man is the son of a physical man. So son of men would be men, or more generically, humankind. Okay, now in the book of Ezekiel, Son of Man is a prophet. Almost 100 times you hear this phrase, prophesy, O Son of Man. So it's used in a prophetic context of a prophet. But the most enigmatic one is in Daniel chapter 7, where Daniel says, I saw a vision, and in the vision, the Ancient of Days, who Christians would call God the Father and Jews would call God, the Ancient of Days is sending an individual to earth called Son of Man. And his job is to set up God's kingdom. And here's the crazy thing. This Son of Man figure is pre-existent.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know it's pre-existent? Well, he didn't call up some man from Israel in 30 A.D. He's sending him before the birth of Jesus. So this person is called in the critical literature, even Jewish literature, he's called a pre-existent figure, existing before his earthly physical life. Further, that Son of Man in Jewish literature that now I've just seen recently is being dated to the 3rd and 4th century BCE, before Christ.
Wow.
It's being dated to the anywhere from the same century of Jesus, first century, old days we'd say AD, all the way back to the 3rd to 4th century BCE. These books are of Jewish origin. And the Son of Man, two important things. He is worshipped, and he occupies the right hand of God. He's sitting on God's throne. Now, it's often said that calling yourself the Messiah will not get you killed in Jewish thought, because in some of the Jewish commentary, you could be a Messiah and be a human being.
Yeah.
But you could be the Son of God too. But saying you can sit on God's throne, right? And in Mark 14, where Jesus he's asked, "Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed One?" And he says, "Yes, ego me." He says, "Yes to Son of Man, yes to Son of God," and then he changes it. Henceforth, you'll see the Son of Man coming on the clouds and seated on the right hand of God. Now, if he were only saying, "Yes, I'm the Son of God, and by the way, I'm a man too," I think the high priest would have said, "Oh, okay. We know you're a man. Can you emphasize this Son of God part for us?" But when Jesus said, yes to Son of God, and affirmed he was a Son of Man, the high priest went ballistic. And of course, it was symbolism. Yeah. But he tore his garment, which indicates blasphemy. What was the blasphemy? Calling yourself the Messiah? No. Blasphemy, most New Testament scholars think, is when he claimed to be occupying God's throne.
Right.
And coming on the clouds, which in the Old Testament is always a reference and a prerogative only of God. So that's how he got himself in trouble. But the Book of Enoch, pre-Christian, non-Christian Book of Enoch, says he's worshipped and occupies God's throne. Right, so right from the beginning, whoever this figure was that they were proclaiming, he is this pre-existent, what we would say, divine figure, is right there in the Jewish literature.
Right.
Before Christ, which sets the table for Jesus calling himself Son of Man more than any other title.